SchnitzelNinja.
In re the matter of Laura Owens, petitioner, and Clayton Echard, respondent. Motion for supplemental proceedings, judgment debtor examination, filed October 6, 2025. Judgment creditor Clayton Echard, respondent, by and through undersigned counsel and pursuant to A.R.S. Section 12-1631, hereby respectfully moves this court to issue an order requiring Laura Owens, petitioner, to appear for a judgment debtor examination related to the 4 judgments entered against her connected to her current criminal charges for fraud and perjury, CR 2025-006831. In support of this motion, respondent states as follows. 1. Parties and judgment. Respondent is the judgment creditor in the above captioned matter. Petitioner Laura Owens is the judgment debtor. Petitioner is also known to use the alias Emily Wilson. On August 16, 2024, filed by the clerk on August 19, 2024, this court entered a judgment in favor of respondent and against petitioner for attorney fees and costs in the amount of $149,219.76, with interest to accrue at the legal rate until paid in full, Exhibit 1. On May 6, 2025, the Arizona Court of Appeals entered judgment in favor of respondent against petitioner for attorney fees and costs totaling $36,466.79, Exhibit 2. On May 28, 2025, the Arizona Court of Appeals entered another judgment in favor of respondent and against petitioner for additional fees in the amount of $3,976.50, Exhibit 3. On September 19, 2025, the Arizona Supreme Court entered judgment in favor of respondent and against petitioner for attorney fees and costs totaling the amount of $6,597.06, Exhibit 4. These judgments remain unsatisfied in whole. 2. Legal basis for petition. Under Arizona law, a judgment creditor is entitled to conduct supplemental proceedings, including a judgment debtor examination, to identify assets that may be used to satisfy the judgment. A.R.S. Section 12-1631, A.R.S. Section 12-1634b. Arizona revised statutes authorize the issuance of rights of execution and other processes to enforce judgments, and supplemental proceedings are a necessary tool for ensuring compliance with court orders. A.R.S. Section 12-1551. Respondent has made diligent efforts to collect on the judgments at issue but has been unable to fully satisfy the judgment. 3. Request for relief. Respondent respectfully requests that this court issue an order requiring petitioner Laura Owens to appear for a judgment debtor examination at a time and place specified by the court. Respondent further requests that petitioner be required to bring to the examination all documents and records related to their financial status, including but not limited to the following, whether under the name Laura Owens, Emily Wilson, or any other aliases used by petitioner. 1. Federal state income tax returns for the past 2 years, including all schedules and attachments. 2. Bank statements for all checking accounts, savings accounts, money market accounts, certificates of deposit, or any other financial accounts in any bank, credit union, or savings and loan association in which judgment debtor has or has had any interest, including as beneficiary, for the past 12 months. 3. Pay stubs or earnings statements for the past 6 months, or proof of all income from employment, self-employment, or any other source. 4. Certificates, statements, or documents evidencing ownership or interest in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, or other investment accounts. 5. Life insurance policies for which judgment debtor is the insured or a beneficiary, including documentation of cash surrender value. 6. Trust documents from which judgment debtor is a beneficiary and or trustee. 7. Titles and registration documents for all motor vehicles, boats, recreational vehicles, motorcycles, or other titled personal property owned or leased by judgment debtor. 8. Deeds, titles, contracts of sale, mortgages, contracts for lease, or other documents evidencing ownership or interest in rental income from real properties. 9. Deeds, titles, contracts of sale, contracts for lease, or other documents evidencing ownership or interest in animal personal property such as horses and donkeys, including any contracts for performance related to the same. 10. Business records, if self-employed or owning any interest in any business entity, including profit and loss statements, balance sheets, and business tax returns, including all financial and business documents related to A. Lizmax Investments, LLC, B. Quartet Farms, LLC, C. Stylet, LLC. 11. Documents evidencing debts owed to judgment debtor, including promissory notes, contracts, accounts receivable, or other evidence of money owed to judgment debtor by third parties. 12. Credit card statements for the past 12 months for all credit cards held by judgment debtor. 13. List of all credit cards used by the debtor over the past 12 months, if permitted by third parties, and names and contact information of third parties permitting the same. 14. Records and paperwork relating to horses and equine-related equipment owned by petitioner and or any LLC or entity where she was or is an officer or member, including any records of sale or transactions relating to horses owned by petitioner in the last 2 years. 15. All registrations and transaction records relating to the value of all horses, including but not limited to the following: Whisper, Arizona; Nugget, Arizona; Crackers, Arizona; Tigger, Arizona; Pokey, Arizona; Tiffany, Arizona; Rumor, Arizona; Sirocco 91, Arizona; Frosted Flakes, Florida; Small Winnie, Florida; Eskimo Kisses, Arizona; La Corrado L, Arizona; Small Penny, Florida; Spotify, Arizona, acquired 2021. 16. Inventory of all horse-related equipment currently owned by petitioner in the last 2 years. 17. Inventory of horse-related equipment sold or marked to be sold by petitioner in the last 2 years, including but not limited to Facebook Marketplace sales, Craigslist sales, and any third-party seller, for example, the Tried Equestrian, Equestrian Closet, the Horse Forum, etc. 18. Copies of all statements for third-party pay platforms, for example, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Apple Pay, Wise, Google Pay, MetaPay, Stripe, Samsung Pay, Google Wallet, Remitly, etc. for the last 2 years. 19. Copies of all statements for receipt of funds from third-party donor platforms, including GoFundMe. 20. List of all amounts of legal fees paid and the names of all IOTA accounts where such funds are deposited, including funds related to the State versus Laura Owens, CR 2025-006831, and Laura Owens versus Michael Maricini, FDV 18-813693. 21. Any and all other documents reflecting assets, income, liabilities, or financial transactions of judgment debtor. Wherefore, respondent respectfully requests the court: A. Issue an order requiring petitioner to appear for a judgment debtor examination at a time and place specified by the court. B. Require petitioner to produce the documents and records identified above. C. Award respondent costs and fees associated with this motion, and D. Order such further relief as the court deems just. Respectfully submitted on this 6th day of October 2025. Woodnick Law, Greg R. Woodnick.
SchnitzelNinja!